Hi, very good afternoon to all. My name is Bhavana and our subject is business economics. Up to now we discussed what is the production function, on production function, how to express the production function and what are the assumptions of the production function. Now we are discussing what are the significance or importance of the production function, why we have to describe the production function. Let's see here. Significance or importance of the production function. Production function shows the maximum output that can be produced by a specific set of combinations of input factor. Production function shows the maximum output, how much maximum we are receiving by giving some set of combinations of inputs. Combinations means in some business organizations they want to consider the entrepreneur. They only take the land, labor and capital. Some of the business organizations already land is there, they has their own land, so they take inputs as the labor and capital. Most of the business organizations has take the inputs is equal to labor and capital. By considering these combinations, how much labor is required and how much capital is required for our production, we have to take combination. For this combination, how much we are achieving means we have to achieve efficiency. Here the production function consider a maximum efficiency of output up to the maximum level we have to be produced. Production function shows the maximum output that can be produced by a specific set of combinations of input factor, and we are taking here labor and capital. For this combination of input factor, how much maximum amount we have to be achieved. And there are two types of production functions, short run production function and long run production function. In production function there are two types of production functions. They are short run production function and long run production function. Short run production function explains how output changes in relation to the input when there are some fixed factors. In short run production function, some factors are fixed. What are the factors in short run production function? Short run production function and long run production function. Short run production function explains how output changes. How output changes is the relation to the input. Means while there is any changes in input, how the output are changes. When there are some fixed factors, they say there are some fixed factors. I will explain an example. Suppose we are producing a chocolates. So in these chocolates there is a building rent. So there is a building rent. Well, I have to produce 50 packets or I want to produce 100 packets in this particular period. The building rent is same. So here there is, I produced 50 or 100, the building rent while I am paying is same. But I want to produce at 50 packets of chocolates. The raw materials from 50 to 100 are varies. Here the building rent we can say is fixed, but what are the raw materials used for preparing the chocolates is vary. Means from input varies, there is a change in output. In some factors are fixed. What are the factors are fixed? Here the building rent is fixed, but here the building rent is fixed while the inputs are increases or outputs are increases, the building rent is constant, there is fixed. But I want to increase this packets, 50 packets to 100 packets. I want to purchase raw materials. Here we are giving more inputs, we are getting more output. So in the short run production function explains how output changes. What is output changes in relationship with input? Based on our input, the output changes. But in this there are a fixed factor of production, that is building rent, insurance charges, they are fixed. But while considering to the long run production function explains the behavior of output in relation to input, where all inputs are variable. Here the inputs are variable. So while I am saying here the building rent is fixed, because short run means below 1 year. Below 1 year there is no change in our building rent, but after 1 year there is a change. So we can say in long run all are variables, but in short run some are fixed. What are the fixed? Like building rent, insurance charges, transport charges, these are fixed per particular to 1 year. So we can say in short run production function, some variables are fixed, some inputs are fixed, some inputs are variable. But in long run production function all inputs are variable. I hope you understand. There are two types of production function, that is short run production function and long run production function. In short run production function, if there is any variation in inputs, compulsory there is a variation in output. But in short run production function, some variables, some inputs are fixed, some are variables. What are the fixed? Building rent, transport, insurance charges, these are fixed. But while compared to our long run, all inputs are variables. Inputs means all labor, rent, land, machinery, these are all variables, because we are considering here long run means 5 years. 5 years there may be a change, so we can't say it is a fixed. Let's see here. Short run production function explains how output changes in relation to the input, where there are some fixed factors. In short run production function, there are some fixed factors. In long run production function explains the behaviors of output in relation to input. What are the behaviors of output? Means they are increasing or decreasing in relation to the input. But here all inputs are variables. In long run, all inputs are variables. But in short run, some inputs are fixed. What are they fixed? Building rent, transport charges, insurance on interest, etc. These are all fixed. But when compared to the long run, all are variable. Next, production function explains how a producer combines various inputs in order to produce an output in an economically efficient manner. Production function also explains what is the combination of inputs. Suppose I want to give 10,000 money for 4 laborers. So there is a combination of capital and labor. How much he want to take? What is the combination of inputs? Means land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, whatever he take inputs. In this combination, how much output we are receiving in an efficient economical manner. Economical means we want to receive profits in our society. So what is the combination of inputs? For this combination of inputs, what is our output we are achieving, and how much it get benefited to us. Production function explains how a producer combines variable inputs, how a producer combines his variable inputs. There are different types of inputs in order to produce a given output, in an economically efficient manner. Economically means while selling and purchasing, we have to receive benefit manner. Suppose our production cost, complete our production for producing one thing, cost becomes 10,000, but at the end what we are receiving 15,000. So we can say it is an economically efficient manner. So here we are receiving 5,000 rupees more for producing such product, and paying all salaries we are gaining 5,000 rupees. So production function explains how a producer combines various inputs. For production of this particular product, the manufacturer think these are the inputs. For these inputs I want to achieve this output. For this output I want to earn this money as a profit. Next, the production function helps to estimate the quantity in which the various factors of production are combined. The production function, before starting the production also, the production function estimates, I am combining these factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Based on these factors of production, I want to produce this product. For this I want to receive this kind of output. So it helps in estimation also. Before starting production, the manufacturer has to estimate, I want to combine these inputs. For these inputs I want to reach the output. So these are all the importance or significance of the production function. What are the importance and significance? Production function shows the maximum output that can be produced by a specific set of combinations. By giving by specific set of combinations, I want to receive this maximum output. And there are two types of production function, short run production function and long run production function. In this short run production function, some inputs are fixed and some are variable. What are the fixed inputs? For example, building rent, transportation and machinery costs are also fixed, and also the insurance charges are also fixed. But while compared to the long run, all are variable. All inputs are variable. These are the two types of production function, short run production function and long run production function. In short run production function, some inputs are fixed, while when compared to the long run production function, all inputs are variable. And next, production function explains how when a producer combines certain inputs, for these inputs how much I am achieving economically, means while selling our products how much I am receiving benefit. Production function explains how a producer combines various inputs in order to produce a given capital, in an economically efficient manner. For combining these inputs, how much I am achieving. Next, the production function helps us to estimate. The quantity in which the various factors of production are combined. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. For combining from these factors, how much I am achieving the output. These are all the product manufacturer has to estimate for combination of these inputs how much I am achieving. These are all the factors or significance of production function. Our next topic is managerial use of the production function. How it helps in for the managerial use of production function. Let's discuss. The production function is of great help to a manager or business economist. The production function is very useful for the manufacturer or business economist. Production function is a great help to a manager. Before estimating the combination of inputs and for achieving the output, it very helpful for the manufacturer and the business economist. First, it helps in determination least cost of factor combination. Means while utilizing these inputs, our cost is very less. Our cost of production is very less. Then we can give at a reasonable price to our customers. Let's see. The production function is guide the entrepreneur. This production function guide the entrepreneur to determine the least cost of factor of combination. For example, what is the factors of combination here? Land, capital, labor, and entrepreneur. Based on this, which factors of production we have to be considered? Suppose I am considering the capital and labor. By taking these inputs, I produced a better product at least cost. So for that, I can give to the customers at very reasonable prices. The profit can be maximized only by minimizing the cost of production. Where the profit can be maximized? Only by minimizing the cost of production. While we minimizing the cost of production only, we can maximize our profit. By considering this combination of inputs, then we can produce the quality of goods at very low cost. Then only we can give at reasonable prices to our customers. Then we can enjoy maximum profits. Let's see here. The production function is a guide to the entrepreneur. It is a guide to the entrepreneur to determine the least cost factors of combination. Determined can be maximized only by minimizing the cost of production. In order to minimize the cost of production, inputs are to be substituted. For that, the cost of production is minimized. Then we can substitute our inputs. What are the inputs? Labor and capital. This production function helps in substituting the inputs. Why the production function helps? Because the production function says this is the best combination. For this combination, we can incur least cost for produce the particular product. Then we can give the reasonable prices to our consumers. So the production function estimates the combination of inputs. So we can say for this, our cost of production is less. Then we can maximize our profits. It is a very good help for the business economist and entrepreneur. Next, it helps to determine the optimum level of output. It helps to determine the optimum. Optimum means up to now. Suppose our inputs is 100 units. So up to 100 units we have to be utilized in a efficiency way. Efficiency use of utilization of our inputs. We can say it is an optimum level. The production function helps to determine the optimum level of output. Production function helps to determine the optimum level of output for a given quantity of inputs. In other words, it helps to arrive at the producer's equilibrium. Producer's equilibrium means up to now, suppose we have 100 units of inputs. For that 100 units of inputs, we have to be utilized in efficient way. Allocation of all 100 units, we have to produce the output for 150 units. So it helps in efficient utilization of all our resources. It helps to determine the optimum level of output. What's itself? Optimum level means efficient utilization of all. At the end of each input, we have to be utilized in an efficient way. The production function helps to determine the optimum level of output, for a quantity of inputs. What are the quantity of inputs we are giving? For this quantity of input, we have to be produced at the optimum level of output. In other words, it helps to arrive at the producer's equilibrium. At the point of producer's equilibrium, all inputs are utilized equally. It helps to determine the optimum level of output. Optimum level of means efficient utilization of each and every input. We have to be utilized each and every of input for achieving our output. The production function helps to determine the optimum level of output for a given quantity of input. What are the quantity of input we are giving? For that input we are achieving optimum level, means at the efficient level of output. In other words, it helps to arrive at the producer's equilibrium. Producer's equilibrium nothing but each and every input are equally distributed. Next, it enables to plan the production. Production function also enables to plan the production. The production function helps the entrepreneur means management, to plan the production. Means before starting a production, the entrepreneur has to decide, I want to produce this product. For this product, I want to require these inputs. For I am giving these inputs, I am achieving this output. So for this, the production function helps to estimate how much we are receiving by giving some inputs, how much cost we are incurring, and how much price we have to be sell to the customer, then how much profit we are earning. So everything we have to be decided in before starting in the production. For this estimation also, the production function is very helpful. It enables the plan this production function. The production function helps the entrepreneur. To plan the production. For planning of the production function helps the entrepreneur or manufacturer or the supplier. So how much output we are achieving for giving some inputs, and how much cost we are required, how much labor are required, how much capital are required, everything we have to be estimate based on our production function only. So we can say it helps for the estimation of our production. The production function helps the entrepreneur or management to plan the production. Next, it helps in decision making. The production function helps in decision making. Production function is very useful to management. The production function is very useful to the management to take a decisions regarding the cost and output. It also helps in cost control and cost reduction. While the production function helps in management means before estimation, then we have to control our cost and also cost reduction. Suppose raw material cost is increased in 2 months. So in production function we have to estimate easily. For that we can purchase these raw materials before increasing the cost. Then we can produce better quality of the product that we can give it a reasonable prices when compared to our customers. So here we can reduce our cost and we can reduce our reduction. Wastage of resources also we have to be reduced because there is an increase of raw material. So we have to use it in a efficient way. For this it will take a very good decision based on our production function. In short, production function helps both in short run and long run decision making process. Not only in short run but also in long run decision making also the production function is very useful. While already it estimates there may be an increase or decrease in the customer, or there may be a changes in taste and preferences of the customer. Based on this estimation only we can take the production process. If there is any change in taste and preference of customer, we are unable to produce large bulk of quantities because there may be a changes. So the consumers may not buy our products. So by estimation of all these factors, the producer or manufacturer has to take a right decision. So production function is very helpful for taking a decision in production. It helps in production function is very helpful in decision making. These are all the importance of managerial. These are all the managerial uses of production function. Managerial uses. What is the managerial uses? Means decision making or problem solving. So production function is very helpful for decision making and problem solving of the producer or manufacturer. In what way? It helps in determination of least factor combination. In which factor of combination we have to be received maximum amount of output, it describes. This production function explains. And next, it helps in determine optimum level of output. Means efficient use of the inputs. How much inputs we have to be used each and every input in an efficient way. The production function may helpful for utilizing the inputs in an efficient way. And next, it enables to plan the production. It while we want to plan to the production, it enables, it estimates, and it says this is the problems we are erasing in future. So the production function may helps for in production, and also it helps in decision making. It control the cost, and it control the cost reduction, it control the cost control. So it helps in decision making. For example, if there is in future there may be an increase in raw materials or other things, it estimates previous and it will take a right decision. They have to purchase the raw materials in the earlier. For that we have to produce the goods with a very reasonable prices when compared to our competitor. Then our production may increase, our goodwill also increases. So it very helpful in decision making. These are the managerial uses of production function. Up to now we discuss what is the production function and how the production function express, and what are the assumptions of the production function, and what are the significance or importance of the production function, and what are the managerial uses of production function. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt up to now, from starting first unit, second unit or third unit up to now we completed, here you have any doubt, please let me know and I definitely clarify your doubts, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Keep smiling. Study hard.